In radio and television, it's RCA all the way. This is the Magic Key. Greetings to all from the family of RCA, whose members are RCA Communications, RCA Victor, Radio Marine, RCA Laboratories, and the National Broadcasting Company. Today only, our program will be a half hour in length, so that at its conclusion you may hear a special broadcast by the President of the United States from the opening exercises at the New York World's Fair. Today's Magic Key stars the sensational European soprano Jarmila Novotná in her first appearance on this side of the Atlantic. Robert Morley as Henry VIII, with Margalo Gilmore as Catherine Parr in a comedy by Morris Berry. The latest news of television by Graham McNamee, and the Magic Key Orchestra conducted by Frank Black in the martial strains of Sousa's March, Semper Fidelis.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen of the radio audience.
That familiar greeting identifies one of the best-known voices in all radio. Here he is with a message of special importance. Graham McNamee.
Write down today's date, April 30th, 1939, as one of the historic days in our nation's history. It is the birth date of a new American art and industry, television. It was only 16 years ago, just about this time, that I wandered into the new WEAF studios on Lower Broadway to take a look at that novelty called radio. There were 2 small studios and 2 offices with about 18 people working in them. I was a singer in those days, and when they offered me a job from 7 to 10 each night, I jumped at it. Programs went on the air without much rhyme or reason, but the listeners got a great thrill when they heard a few notes of music amidst the static. Well, I don't have to tell you how broadcasting has grown in the past decade or so. and what an important place it has in the social and economic life of people in almost every country in the world. And now we come to the public introduction of another new art which again widens the field of man's faculties. Years ago, television would have been called black magic, but today we accept it as another proof of the creative ability of our scientists. 6 months ago, the president of the Radio Corporation of America, Mr. David Sarnoff, announced that on April 30th, 1939, the day of the opening of the New York World's Fair, the RCA television system would be available to the public in the New York metropolitan area. Today, this promise is an accomplished fact. Today, the National Broadcasting Company begins the first regular public television program service in the history of our country. And RCA Victor television receiving sets are in the hands of merchants in the New York, a new art and a new industry which eventually will provide entertainment and information for millions. And new employment for large numbers of men and women is here. It gives me great pleasure to extend to all of you a cordial invitation to see television and judge its future possibilities for yourself when you visit the RCA building at the New York World's Fair or the RCA exhibit at the Golden Gate International Exposition in San Francisco.
Graham, how long will it be before they have television in other cities besides New York?
At present, the RCA televised system is limited to an area of approximately 50 miles in all directions from the Empire State Building, on top of which is located the RCA television transmitter. There are many problems yet to be solved, such as network broadcasting of television. It may actually be many years before a large number of other cities have television service. In the meantime, no one should hesitate to buy a good radio set, for television will not make radio obsolete. For instance, all new 1939 RCA Victor radio sets are equipped with a device which makes it possible to attach a table model television receiver. The television picture is reproduced on this table model receiver, and the sound is reproduced through the radio set. These television receivers, for pictures only, of course, will cost less than receivers for both sound and pictures. In conclusion, let me quote from the address which Mr. Sarnoff made at the dedication of the RCA exhibit building at the New York World's Fair 10 days ago. Speaking of television, he said, "It is with a feeling of humbleness that I come to this moment of announcing the birth in this country of a new art so important in its implications that it is bound to affect all society. It is an art which shines like a torch of hope in a troubled world. It is a creative force which we must learn to utilize for the benefit of all mankind."
A young and lovely lady comes to us today from an old world country famous through the centuries for its music-loving sons and daughters. The opera houses of Rome, Vienna, and London have acclaimed her beauty and her glorious lyric soprano. She has sung at Salzburg under the direction of Arturo Toscanini. Today, this celebrated Czechoslovakian prima donna makes her first appearance in the New World. The Magic Key presents Jarmila Novotná. From Charpentier's opera Louise, Jarmila Novotná sings the aria Depuis le jour. her encore, a folk song of old customers. Jarmila Novotna singing Tra-la-la. The dramatic critics of America unanimously applauded the performance of Robert Morley as the star of the current Broadway success Oscar Wilde. Mr. Morley, this afternoon, will be heard as Henry VIII, assisted by Margalo Gilmore, currently appearing in No Time for Comedy as Catherine Parr, in a playlet by Morris Barry. Here are Miss Gilmore and Robert Morley. His Majesty Henry VIII of England was noted for many things, but he is perhaps best remembered for his many wives, a few of whom were unlucky enough to arouse his displeasure at the cost of their heads. The lordly monarch finally meets his match in the spirited Catherine Parr, wife number 6 and last. King Henry and Queen Catherine are at breakfast in the palace. The king has just cracked a boiled egg.
My egg is raw. It's really too bad.
Yesterday you complained of their being hard.
So they were. I don't want a hard egg and I don't want a raw egg. I want them to be cooked just right.
Oh, you're very difficult to please. The egg was in boiling water for 3 minutes and a half. I boiled it myself. But give it to me. I like them like that. I'll boil you another.
No, it's too late now. It is a fact that you have no idea how to boil an egg. I wish you'd let them do them in the kitchen.
If they're done in the kitchen, you complain because they're not here when you come down. And if they are here, you say they're cold.
I never say anything of the kind. The cook boils eggs beautifully.
And she shall boil them tomorrow.
One would have thought that a woman of your experience might at least know how to boil an egg. I hate watery eggs. Poor dear Katie used to boil eggs beautifully.
You mean Catherine Howard or Catherine of Aragon?
I was alluding to poor dear misguided Katie Howard. Catherine of Aragon never was my wife. The marriage was not valid.
Well, Catherine Howard ought to have known how to boil eggs. Her mother was a kitchen maid.
That is utterly untrue. Her mother was a Rochford.
You're thinking of Anne Boleyn.
Oh, yes, so I am. Yes, Katie's mother was a Somerset.
You're thinking of Jane Seymour.
No, not at all. Jane Seymour was a sister of Somerset.
Well, all I know is that Catherine Howard's mother was a kitchen maid. And I think it very unkind of you to mention her to me. I suppose you mean that you wish she were alive, and you loved her better than you loved me.
I never said anything of the kind. All I said was she knew how to boil eggs.
You clearly meant to say that she had all the qualities which I lacked.
You are most unfair. I never meant to hint at any such thing. All I said was that I hate a watery egg, and my egg this morning was raw.
Well, the best thing you can do is to get rid of me and marry someone who knows how to boil an egg.
Oh, Catherine, come back. I really didn't mean to offend you. You know how to boil eggs beautifully.
One takes an endless amount of trouble, and that's all the thanks one gets. Don't think that I shall ever boil your eggs for you again, because I shan't.
I was thinking we might have a little music this morning. I've composed a new ballad which I should like to try over with you. It's for viol, lute, and voice. We might try it?
I'm not sure if I have time. What is it called?
It's called The Triumph of Love, and it begins... Come list to Alexander's deed, great Jove's immortal son, who riding on a snow-white steed to Babylon did come.
Son doesn't rhyme with come.
No, dear, it's not meant to. It's assonance.
Do you mean Alexander the Great?
Yes, of course.
The only thing is, his horse was black.
No, my dear, you're mistaken. His horse was white.
Black. Black as jet.
Yes, but I know for a fact that it was white.
Alexander's horse was black. Everybody knows it was black.
It was white. You can ask anyone you like.
Well, it was black. He was famous for his black horse. There are hundreds of pictures of him on his black horse. My father's got one.
Then the painter made a mistake. Plutarch, Xenophon, Aristotle all mention his white horse.
Black.
My dear, how obstinate you are. I know it is white.
Black, coal black.
Have you ever read Xenophon?
You're thinking of something else. Even when we were children, my father always showed us the picture of Alexander's black horse.
Well, I can easily prove it to you. There's a Plutarch here in the bookcase.
I remember it particularly well because my brother had a black horse and we called it Bucephalus, after Alexander's black horse.
If it had been black, it would never have been called Bucephalus. It would be absurd to call a black horse Bucephalus.
It's not so absurd as calling a white horse Bucephalus.
He never would have chosen a black horse. He was superstitious.
Just because you're superstitious, you think everyone else is. As a matter of fact, he chose a black horse on purpose to show he didn't give a pin for superstition.
Here it is. The horse was wild and extremely difficult to manage. In fact, he had all the characteristics of the white Thessalian horses of the day.
But he doesn't say it was white, and Thessalian horses are famous for being black.
You really are too obstinate for words. I'll find you the proof in Xenophon. It is distinctly stated that the horse is white. It is a historical fact, and nobody has ever disputed it.
But Plutarch, you see, practically says it was black.
Plutarch says nothing of the kind. Besides, I now remember talking about this with Wolsey, who was an excellent scholar. I distinctly remember his saying one day, as white as Bucephalus. It's quite a common phrase among the scholars.
He must have said as black as Bucephalus.
Of course, if you mean to say that I tell lies...
I don't mean that you tell lies, but you're mistaken, that's all.
I tell you, there's no mistake possible. I know it as well as I know my own name.
Your memory plays you tricks. Just now, you couldn't remember Catherine Howard's mother's name.
That's nothing to do with it. I did remember it. I made a slip, that was all. This is a historical fact which I have known all my life.
Well, I quite understand your memory failing you. You've so many names to remember. I expect you're confusing Alexander's black horse with King Alfred's white horse. The white horse of wanted.
Good gracious. If you had a smattering of education, you wouldn't say such things. It comes of having no religion, no education, and not knowing Latin. Even Anne of Cleves knew Latin.
Thank heavens I don't know Latin. Stupid, superstitious language.
I suppose you mean that I'm stupid.
You can turn what one says into any meaning you like. As a matter of fact, all I said was that the horse was black.
And all I said was that the horse was nothing of the...
You're wrong. And you're trying to escape the point. That's just like a Tudor. No Tudor would ever listen to reason.
I must ask you not to insult my family.
Well, you've insulted mine, which is a far older one. My family has no blood on its escutcheon.
I won't stand this a moment longer. Denny, Butts, Page, who's there?
Your Majesty?
Go and tell the Lord Chamberlain to make the necessary arrangements for transporting the ex-Queen to the Tower.
Yes, Your Majesty. Does Your Majesty mean the late Queen's remains?
I said ex-Queen, you stupid boy. Queen Catherine Parr.
Yes, Your Majesty.
And tell him to give orders to the governor of the Tower to have everything ready for the ex-Queen's execution.
Is the same ceremonial to be observed as in the case of Queen Catherine Howard, Your Majesty?
Yes, only there need be only one roll of drums instead of two at the end. And on the way, ask Dr. Butts whether Alexander the Great's horse was black or white.
Yes, sire.
It was black. Well, since I'm to be executed, I dare say you'll allow me to go and pack up my things. By the way, you left your lute in my sitting room yesterday. I'll bring it down.
Oh, no, wait a moment. There's no hurry.
Oh, I beg your pardon. I've very little time and a great many letters to write.
I wanted to have some music.
You don't expect me to accompany you now, I suppose? You'd better find someone else. I've got other things to think about during my last moments on Earth.
Oh, I was only joking, my dear. You don't mean to say you took it seriously?
Well, I'm afraid I don't appreciate that kind of a joke.
Oh, come now. Let bygones be bygones. Do let us have some music. I want you to play my ballad.
If it please, Your Majesty, I can't find the Lord Chamberlain, and Dr. Butts says that Your Majesty was quite correct as to the colour of Alexander the Great's horse.
Very good. You can go. You needn't deliver that message to the Lord Chamberlain. Now, my dear, we'll go and play. You see, I knew I was right.
It was black all the same.
Yes, my dear, yes, of course it was black. Now, do let's go and have some music.
Radio Corporation of America and the family of RCA invite you to tune in again next Sunday for a special full-hour program in tribute to the 16th annual celebration of National Music Week. At that time, you will hear greetings from David Sarnoff, chairman of the National Music Week Committee and president of the Radio Corporation of America, C.M. Tremaine, the founder and secretary, Rose Bampton, prima donna of the Metropolitan Opera Company, Robert Weedy, distinguished young American baritone, and Frank Black, conducting the Magic Key Orchestra. Magic Key was a half hour in length today only, in order that you may hear a special broadcast by the President of the United States from the opening exercises at the New York World's Fair. This is Ben Grauer speaking for all the services of the family of RCA and saying that in radio and television, it's RCA all the way.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.